My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to the Bazaar! Hey, Mac. It's game time, buddy. Look, I know calcinators out there. Look, I know catalysts are out there. Look, I'm gonna get some money out of those if they turn up. But I don't want them to direct my entire run for me. I don't want to end up in a situation where I find the calcinator and then I'm like, alright, when do I get my mortar and pestle? When do I get my library? When do I get my scales? Where is the smelling salts? Where's the incense? Like, I don't want to go paint by numbers until something fits. Don't mind doing it for the kids. +2 income, +12 gold. Gimme. I mean, if the Lost Crate is going to show up this early and give me a silver tier medium item, I'm going to take it. And it's going to decide a couple things. Ice Claw. 9 seconds, deal 50 damage, freeze 2 items for 1 second. When you freeze, this gains 30 damage for the fight. That's a lot of damage. I do want to lower its cooldown, and fighting the Kyver drone to possibly get 3% cooldown reduction on it. Seems good to me. If I can get any of the other freeze items, I mean, we've kind of got a direction really picked for us there. By the Ice Claw. Its scaling is just really good. Unfortunately, it's also very, very slow, so we really need to figure out that problem. Need to give it some speed. Smelling salts, incense, the obvious way to give something a lot of speed as Mac. But I could see an energy potion, frost potion on either side of a boiling flask. 3% cooldown reduction, I'll take it. Metal, selling medium items. I don't know how the bugs work at the moment, so I don't know if you can sell me an Ice Claw.
Take your time. I'm pretty laid back.
Retort. 3 gold to get a chunk of lead. Yeah.
Oh, I think you're really gonna enjoy that.
It's also Nightshade. When you heal or gain regen, this gains +2 poison for the fight when it's transformed. Enchant with Toxic Fable and Sword Cane. I'll be rolling away from those. Yep. Calcinator. When you transform a reagent, this gains +2 burn. Mortar and Pestle. The weapon to the right of this has lifesteal. At the start of the day, get a Catalyst.
Oh, delivery's free. I like the exercise.
And Refractor. When you slow freeze or burn, or poison, this gains 10 damage for the fight. Fielding that as well as the Ice Claw means that I'll actually possibly push through some fights. I'm going to take the Mortar and Pestle and the Refractor.
I want you to be happy.
I do desperately want just a little additional gold right now. 1 more gold and I can get 2 chunks of lead. So I'm going to head to the Tiny Furry Monster and get a silver tier loot item, which I will sell. Oh my god, another 6% cooldown reduction. Hell yeah. Honestly, we might be committing to the Ice Claw if it's got like an 8-second cooldown. Which it does at the moment.
In 100 years when you are dust, I will remain.
Ooh. A Piranha. It's got 46 damage, 20% crit chance, deals double crit damage. It crit me immediately? Twice? 20% crit chance, by the way. Like, if I froze that, 50 damage, freezes it for a second. So if this never crit, I could have fielded 1, 2, 3, 4 hits from it easily. 4 hits means it would be just under 20 seconds, which means Ice Claw would have gone off for the second time, which means if this never crit, I win the fight. If it crits at least once, I lose. Once out of 4 resolutions, 20% chance. Look, I'm not going to say they didn't get lucky there. They got lucky there. But most of the time, I still end up losing that, so. Strange Mushroom, Regenerative Tincture. If I check out Quixel, I'm only checking out her first shop because it's too expensive for a reroll. Hell yes. Philosopher's Stone. When you transform a reagent, this permanently gains 1 regeneration. When you buy this, get a Catalyst. So I'm going to pop a chunk of lead on the field. I'll sell a catalyst in order to transform it, sell the chunk of gold that we get out of it, pop that back on the field. I'm going to take the Philosopher's Stone now.
There's fun size, and then there's boring size.
Then do my same transformations. Gosh, do I roll now that I've made money? An upgrade on Retort or Calcinator would be nice, but also spending 4 to reroll here and then not putting anything on the field would feel real bad.
Another step forward on my path.
Strength, your weapons have +10 damage. I mean, I don't know if that's really the direction we want to go with this. Left-handed, your leftmost weapon deals 20 additional damage. Let's do that, and I'll put the refractor over there.
It's real confidence to let a kid train you. I'm impressed.
Honestly? Give me a silver tier medium. Sword cane. Huh. I don't really want to field Sword Cane. Sword Cane says every 5 seconds, deal 15 damage. If this is adjacent to a regen item, gain 4 regen for the fight. Poison item, 4 burn. Burn item, 4 burn. Poison item, 4 poison. So if this gives me, like, both its burn and poison triggers, it's actually really good for scaling the refractor. But even then, it's not going to be better than what I'm currently fielding for a bit. Or regen for the fight whenever it goes off. I don't know, like it'd be this. It's a decent amount of regen. This definitely wins fights as well. I don't think I have anything for the tiny fairy monster, unfortunately. Which could be pretty unfortunate for us. Yeah, Ice Claw would have scaled its damage significantly faster than this, but it also would have applied its damage significantly slower. And our casual 30 regen will confirm that there's no way we can lose. It's not like it costs us anything to run the Sword Cane here.
Beast. Sometimes it's hard to tell.
I'm going to sell the Tzidian Dagger, get the Junkyard Repair Bot, which is also going to be sold, but not yet, because currently it is functioning as a friend of mine. I mean, like, if you upgrade the Calcinator, the chunks of lead you get out of it are higher tier, which means they give you more gold when you transmute them, which kind of means you really got to do it. Also, I could just run Calcinator on this field. No problem with doing that. I'm going to try and provoke a fight. I'm so lucky I got a fight here. It's not that unlikely, but if I didn't get a fight here, I wasn't going to level up before the next combat, which would have been annoying. Yeah, I have nothing that generates an item at the end of combat, so I don't have to worry about my inventory space. I'm just always so conscious of that. I don't want to miss out on value. Value turns into power, and power is how you win the game.
I do not deserve another day.
Calcinator, by the way, says when you transform a reagent, this permanently gains +4 burn. At the start of each day, spend 3 gold to get a chunk of lead. So I also have to make sure that I have space and 3. Ooh. I can now get rid of the Junkyard Repair Bot because I cannot encounter Tiny Fairy Monster on day 3. And we're currently in the final space.
Only centuries, there is still more to learn.
Fire Cutlass is pretty good if I give it left-handed and it's dealing double damage. actually probably a lot better to run this burn board right now. Ugh. I'm currently actually verging on getting rid of the Ice Claw. No, it can be Refractor. That's fine. Great. Bronze Tier Potion to go Bronze Tier Loot item. Keep me ahead of the money situation. Spawning 3 items at the end of today, but I'm fighting a pig, so pig might give me a piggle, so I should use another item there. And then, yeah, it's legitimately just a big burn number is very helpful, especially against an enemy who didn't win day 1. Oh! Looks like you're on the same path here. Luxury Kiosks and Matchbox are your burn items, but the burn number on those items, unfortunately, friend, is just not high enough. It will be pretty soon, though. The kiosk gets 3 value every time you sell a property, and burns equal to the item's value. I wouldn't want to verse you in 2 days' time. We picked up a chunk of lead as well as another... Well, 2 chunks of lead, actually. I'm gonna... Catalysts... Whoa, wow. A second ruby. Interesting. I mean, multiple rubies and just a bunch of burn items is actually really good. Sword Cane probably shouldn't be on the field anymore at that rate, though. I could make the Fiery Cutlass lifesteal. It wouldn't really change much. I'm going to pop Chunk of Lead on the field. Mandala transforms that for us. Fireflies. Another burn-related item, but this is a burn item that's quite slow to activate and also needs slow to activate. That is to say, it has a 7-second cooldown, and when you slow, it gains +1 burn for the fight, but I'm not slowing, so I'll hop that bad boy on board. Snack time, Eli sells potions, gumball machine. Look, I gotta tell you, the gumball machine's not gonna help us. I will take 60 health from snack time. Eli's also not gonna help us, because I really don't see how a potion goes on my field right now. Gotta be a very specific kind of potion for it to matter to us. I do think with the Lifesteal Fiery Cutlass, we actually have enough HP to push through Hoverbike Hooligan, which is often really tough. This guy got buffed 3 different ways. The Uzi has more damage, the Laser Pistol has a lower cooldown, the Weak Point Detector has a lower cooldown, and scales for more damage. So 3 items difference there.
Hey, just let me go, yeah?
Get him with the Cutlass. I'll grab a grappling hook.
Discovery. The formula of life is revealed.
Upgrade a bronze tier item feels like it should be the retort so that I'm getting 2 copies of silver tier chunks of lead. Look, I didn't intend specifically to rob in this direction. It just happened, baby. Doesn't mean I intended for it to happen, just means that it did. I'll throw 2 items on the field, knowing that they're probably not relevant. Haste item, JJ's, and you know what? 1 more for the road, buddy. It's a Refractor. When you slow freeze, burn, or poison, this gains 20 damage to the fight. Good lord, didn't B1 and B2 just show up a second ago? What happened? Waha! Oh no, we got Forger from leveling up for a bronze tier upgrade, but now we have B1 and B2 for a bronze tier upgrade as well. The Ruby doesn't actually get that much better with its upgrade, but also, like, my board state does.
You say old. I say thoroughly tested.
A thing of true beauty.
Everything having 1 more burn and all of them applying their burn at the same time does matter. Get rid of the refractor so that I have enough space to spawn all of our pieces.
Why must we do this? Death laughs at us both.
I should warn you, I'm not
Damn.
like most Tribalians.
You don't seem like most Tribalians, buddy. They've got decent burn coming to that luxury Kiwas. The real strength is they have a robe giving them some additional shielding from my burn.
Next time I'll show
But
you.
it's not enough. The Fiery Cutlass keeps us alive while we give the enemy enough burn to immolate. Oh, they gave me a Piggles! I'm so glad I had enough spaces open. Jason items gain 2% crit chance for the fight. Yeah, that's not relevant to us. I'll be catalog. Oh! An upgraded Fireflies. Sure. It's probably better to run the that rather than the Philosopher's Stone. I have so much money and I'm still looking at the Lost Crate like, oh, I don't know, maybe I should go there.
Size dilutes the brain. Mind is highly concentrated.
Fire Potion, 5 seconds to burn 8, but realistically, it doesn't need to go off a second time because it goes off quite fast and it burns for a big amount. Shrinking Potion and Myrrh, when this is transformed. Enchant it with Restorative if able. I do like getting more reagents, but also I have a reagent in my backpack right now that's not transformed. Emerald, your other emerald items, your other poison items, 7+4 poison. There's a Hemlock and a Regeneration Potion, 5 seconds to gain 8 regen for the fight, which is fine. I really kind of just want to ride the burn build until it's no longer capable. Fireflies. I'm going to get rid of the Sword Cane here as well so that I can have 5 open spaces. Nothing better for a burn build than a little bit more HP so that you can live while the enemy burns to the ground. Easiest hellbilly of my life.
Squeal like a sprig in a hay trap.
No, I won't. Unfortunately, I can't get left-handed from you because I have bronze left-handed and yours is silver. But if you give me that scrap, I will turn it into a diamond tier small item.
Ah, you gold-praying ski-waller!
Textiles. When you overheal, shield 30. There's actually not much heal in this class. Like, lifesteal
Hear my sister's laughter.
counts as healing. Yeah, it does. Counts as healing. So it's lifesteal is this character's access to healing.
I sense something blocking your power.
Whoa.
Let's get rid of it.
I mean, yeah, Argenta. Yes, I will accept +4 burn
Proud of you.
when that's what I'm doing single-handedly. Sylvia sells silver tier items, but Mandala's offering another item transformation, and it's literally the thing that I need. Oh, hello. Energy Potion. Haste your other items for 1 second. Currently, without being able to reload this, without anything else, hasting other items for 1 second, not worth it. This upgraded, maybe has multicast, maybe you can reload it. Suddenly, it's got a lot of value, actually. Artisan Dunes, another 10 damage to the Fiery Cutlass, specifically because that's currently being used as lifesteal. I really like that.
You remind me of someone
This is a
who fought
dually that's
last
won the first
century.
3 days without a problem, so that's going to be an aggressive dually with a core already on board, as of yesterday, actually. Ugh, companion core, 2 bugs, bunch of burn items. Yeah. Uh-oh. Fiery, Final Flame, and Chemical Fire. That's a lot of additional burn damage you have access. We died on the same frame! We're good! Woohoo! I will happily take that. That counts. This space is insane. Turning up at the start of day 5? Hell yeah, Zerfin. What have you got for me?
Animals have skills they've been honing for eons.
It already highlighted it. But I'll look at the others. Aggressive. When you use a weapon, gains 4% crit chance for the fight. Pickpocket. At the start of each fight, gain 2 gold. Burning Rage. When you burn, your weapons gain +4 damage of the fight. Real shit? I absolutely burn a bunch, and I care about my weapons damage.
Some of them are cute, but that don't mean they won't eat.
Oh my god. Pearl's dig site is incredible. Dig for a free item, it can be anything but only one. Goldie has turned up literally as early as I can. Day 5, the earliest you can possibly get gold items, as in purchase gold items. You can obviously join 2 silver items. Anyway, the earliest you can get gold items, and I'll be able to go there, re-roll, and purchase a very expensive item. Everything's very good right now.
How'd I get rich? Oh, you know, investments.
I do like the idea of going to Pearl as well, but this is much more likely to have a insane outcome for us. Now, Fiery Cutlass, I do like that it has lifesteal, but it doesn't need that. That's not actually entirely essential. Throw a net, +1 multicast for each weapon or friend your enemy has. 5 seconds in, slows that many times. Honestly, weapons and friend builds are kind of the most annoying for us. Yeah, give me a throw net.
Class, but no taste. Oh, that silver.
Oil Lantern, when you gain regeneration, charges 2 seconds. I do like Oil Lantern, but unfortunately I have absolutely no plan to gain regeneration. Earrings, when you haste so slow, charges 1 second. And it gives you max health. Oh. Oh. Interesting. Oh. Interesting. There's Fireflies, and upgraded Fireflies. When you slow this game's +3 burn for the fight. Compared to my current. An energy potion, giving us 2 seconds of haste. Much easier to utilize.
Think you had the coin for it. Finally! Someone with taste around here.
Obviously, I'm going to have to get rid of a bunch of stuff, but I do think this is probably the most impactful board that I can put together right now. Infernal Envoy, you have Fire Claw Restorative. I literally can't ignore you. We are so far away from Ice Claw being playable on our board, though. That said, Infernal Envoy, I will tell you, Throne Net is going to do nothing in the fight against you. So I'll throw down stuff that actually has relevance.
We offer you a chance.
The insane hit here is that Restorative Fire Claw heals equal to 10 times the item's burn, and that on my board would be our health bar.
You have made your decision.
Oh, hell yeah, what'd I decide? Sunlight Spear. Deal damage equal to regeneration plus burn on both players, and then burn equal to your regeneration. You have +4 regeneration. that's really good
The bazaar
if
has
we
many
gain a bunch of
secrets.
regeneration, but if we don't gain a bunch of
I will
regeneration, it's
uncover them
entirely
all.
irrelevant. I'll sell the other energy potion, pick up the vial of blood, which I will. That's right, be selling. I mean, you can't turn up as Mountain Pass and expect that I'm not going to try and take a fight. Ouroboros statue. When you poison, gain 2 regen for the fight. Not really the direction I'd go. Mortar and Pestle is really important because it's giving me catalysts. Maybe I have to get rid of Retort. I just don't have enough backpack space to keep it, as well as all of the other things that I want to be able to juggle. Get rid of that fire potion. Take the Ouroboros and get rid of the Ouroboros as well. Sunlight Spear is very accessible for
I was born into a
Mac,
line of
so I don't
master
necessarily have to
alchemists.
keep this one if I ever
was
want
a
one, because right now I have to solve regeneration in order for this to really be that relevant for us. But if I push all of that to the side, I can make enough space to get another 150 max HP, which is important. I gotta say, I'm pretty happy to
When
be
we
fighting
are
you today, buddy.
finished, may I dissect you for study?
Seems like you're having a little bit of a tough time putting stuff together. Is this a fixer-upper? Is indeed. Nope, I should still have enough burn damage to push this through. Uh-huh. Yeah, it'd look a lot like that. We do a lot of burn damage. Having 2 rubies giving +8 burn to my entire board, admittedly, probably has something to do with that. Firefly throw net went off 9 times. For each weapon or friend your enemy has. Oh, I guess the cargo shorts counted as a weapon or a friend due to things they had in their stash. Damn. We might be clocking out on day 11 here. We lost day 1, so we can't clock out on 10, but day 11. Catalyze one of those into a shrinking potion, which I have absolutely no interest in. Middle sells medium items. I kind of just want to go to Mandala and transform again. I know. But it's +4 burn on the item that I'm using the most, so... Remember when I started this run and I was like, I don't want to do this? Anyway, here I am, doing this. Getting an extra fight in the Mountain Pass against the Viper Tyrant right before I go into a natural fight? Honestly, I do think I beat Lich. I do think I generate enough enough burn early enough to be able to beat the Lich. I don't think
see
Throne
the
Net would be on
ultimate
that field, though.
power. I have no time for you. My mind glows. I see everything.
Silver tier or lower gets upgraded. Look,
With more time comes greater
Look,
perfection.
I did record a Calcinator run, but I recorded it immediately after the patch came out, and then unfortunately I did end up deleting that file, as I mentioned recently. Whoops, it happens. But, maybe now is me doing it for the first time, and it's fine, and it's allowable because of that. And no one's allowed to get mad at me, ever.
In need of some financial assistance.
Financial assistance. Oh, that wasn't me evoking his voice, by the way. That was me taking the cue that he sounds a little bit Australian and performing it as one of my countrymen might. Shocklaw. Very powerful weapon. Nufu. What do you sell this guy? Oh, Nufu sells skills.
My lessons are painful. Are you prepared?
Deadly Eye, your weapons have 15% crit chance. Realistically, paying 20 for that feels bad. Slow and Steady, when you slow, your weapons gain 2 damage for the fight.
I do not teach violence. I teach mastery over it.
Which I will take. I'm also going to go for another 150 max HP. The gambit here is that I am just going to have more HP than every one of my enemies, and because of that, they literally won't be able to kill me before my burn kills them. That's the gamble.
I will leave you alive to learn the lesson.
Ooh, all weapons. I'm so glad that I ate as much. Beehive. When your enemy uses a weapon, charge your busy bees 2 seconds. When you use a property, get a busy bee, and your busy bees gain 20 damage. Now, the problem about this is the fiery cutlass swings twice. Damn it! We got so much multicast out of the thrown net, but as soon as we attacked again, we die. Ah! I gotta say, that is a very early beehive, and you must have purchased a whole lot of properties because they've got 200 damage. 7 seconds, 200 damage, and got 8 of them on board. Honestly, yeah. Sure.
My power burns hotter, melting away impurities.
I mean, yeah, Molifong, absolutely show me what you got. Conflagration. When you use an item with burn, it gains +1 burn for the fight.
So who are you going to use that on? I don't want to know.
I like that one a lot. I'm gonna sell healing regeneration items, but I'm gonna go to Finn's Big Bite for regen and 100 HP because I have so much max HP at this point. That's actually a significant amount. Let's go for 1 catalyst transformation into a rainbow potion. Not really interested in keeping that. I could sell a chunk of lead in order to get another 150 max HP, which realistically I really do want to do. I know I lost that fight, but I actually do think that I just, like, that was really unlucky. Like, I got actually straight up hard counted, and that in most normal... Hard counted by a high roll as well, because I don't have a board full of weapons. But I sincerely don't believe that this was the build's problem. That said, I also have not introduced a new item into this build in a billion trillion years. But we also beat the Radiant Corsair. Do you want to give me the Lighthouse, maybe? When you slow, charges 2 seconds? I have a variable amount of slow on my board. Fiery Katana. Every 2 seconds, deal 15 damage. Then, burn equal to 10% this item's damage.
With enough power, I will defeat death itself.
It adopts the damage from left-handed better. It carries it faster. It is another weapon, which is gaining damage when I burn and gaining damage when I slow. Realistically, like, it's that and then Throne Net replaces both of the rubies, but I don't want to do that yet. I do think the rubies are like a secret weapon for us right now. God, am I running a weapons... am I running weapons, Mac? Slowing items aren't bad, certainly, because of slow and steady. Tatiana giving wand is nice. Marbles is nice. Could scale my Firefly's damage. Neural Toxin. When you use an adjacent weapon, slow an item 1 second. I couldn't have known that was there. But When you use an adjacent weapon, 2 fastest weapons I have access to, slow. And slow gives +3 burn to the fireflies. I can never take Calcinator off field is the... Like, so much burn I would be removing from the field. That said, I would be slowing and burning and these would be scaling. It's just like, it kills so much less quickly. Honestly, I hate going to shops, evidently, is what's happening here. I've earned and saved and scrimped and scrounged a bunch of money, and now I refuse to go to any shops with it. I'm going to drop the energy potion and the other ruby. Reluctantly, I'm also going to sell that additional ruby now. All right, Morphus.
I have faced 82 foes.
Show me why my build is really bad. Because I feel like it's good, but I keep losing. And I'm terrified. Yikes. Poppy field with a spider mace and magic carpet, certainly a bit scary here. How much of that was Calcinator and how much of that was just the other items? I'm very encouraged by the fact that most of it was from the katana. I'm very unenthused by how little of it was from the fiery katana, to be honest with you. But the fiery katana itself is also triggering slows, which is also triggering additional scaling for our weapons, which is also triggering additional scaling for the fireflies. So the effect of the fiery cutlass was not necessarily represented. Whereas Calcinator, yeah. Get rid of the noxious potion easily. Keep that money. I don't think I want to go to transform space here.
People first, profit 10th.
Yeah, it's about time that I go and get a smelling salts.
Happy to make a sale. Sad to say goodbye.
Smelling salts when this or an adjacent item slows. Haste the item to the left of this 2 seconds. We could use smelling salts to add haste to the fireflies, which realistically do end up doing the most damage. Because everything else is trending towards causing slow on my fields. Black ice, freeze 2 items 1 second. I've already gotten rid of the ice claw, so I can't really use it with those. Aludel would give us a catalyst at the start of the day. Not especially interested in that. I've gotten so much chocolate. It can't be time for more chocolate. In fact, it might even be time to get rid of the retort and one of the chunks of lead. Andy, upgrade my energy potion, please. Or fireflies. Those certainly aren't of any relevance to me, though.
If you want something big and ugly, go see Pole.
I was so ready for him to tell me to look in a mirror. Dottore Vortex. Please offer me my obsidian upgrade. The fact that the strength of this build is variable based on how many weapons or friends the enemy has is a little problematic at the moment. I'll grab a Tesla coil, but without the ability to grab any more items. Immediately get rid of it. Languid Dunes and John Item with slow effects. Now, putting that on Energy Potion in particular is really cool because the Energy Potion will pick up slow all... I think it's slow all enemy small items specifically. It might even be targeted like that. It's not, is it? Actually, it's all enemy items. Energy... slows all enemy items for a single second, yeah. Absolutely. I'm going to enchant that with the slow effects. That's going to be good for the Fireflies. This is going to be a hasting and slowing potion. Getting ways to reload this, getting ways to use multicast on this suddenly become a heavy priority for us. Boiling Flask is not available at Midsworth, so I won't be going there.
I would tell you who the Bazaar is more than a city.
Hell
It
yeah.
is their plaything.
Let me get to level 11 before the day 8 fight.
After all these centuries, there is still more to learn.
Zoshimon teaches max skills. Max skills related to potions, I think in particular, are the most relevant here. Poison and crit not necessarily being relevant.
I do not know if the formula of life exists, but I will help you search.
When you slow, freeze, poison, or burn with an item, a regen item gains +1 regen for the fight. I have no regen items, but it's not bad. This is really good in the right circumstances. I'm just not in the right circumstances. Potent potables and dumpster diving. We'll be rolling out of that. Potions at +2 max ammo is super good. First 4 times you use a potion each fight, gain 20 regen. Or the first 5 times you slow each fight, charge a regen item. Don't have a regen item. But having Hardy working, first 5 times you slow each fight, charge a regen item. And then Vital Renewal, when you slow, give a regen item additional regen. Hardly working at Diamond tier is 15 times you slow, charge a regen item 1 second. Incense with a library on field has a cooldown of 4. And at Diamond tier, it slows 4 items. And it also gives you regen. So with Hardly working and Incense and Library, you can get an item to just charge itself constantly. And if you also have Vital Renewal, it's giving you more and more regen every time it goes off. I'm going to stock up. My potions now have +2 ammo, meaning I probably don't have to have reload available for the heavy energy potion. I'm not going to have time for it to reload. Throne net. There's not many weapons or friends in most Mac toolkits. I'm going to refield Calcinator here. And by the time the Fireflies does go off for the first time, honestly, actually, no, haste needs to be on the energy potion now. Because this energy potion is going to cause a huge amount of haste when it slows all the enemy items onto itself. The energy potion only hastes other items, so all of the other items will have haste. But the energy potion needs to have haste itself to be able to go off multiple times, so this is certainly the great setup. And 1, 2, 3. 3 items are spawned at the end of the day. Look, Hovertons, I'm just going to guess that you are not running a Piggles.
You are a child to me, and I will punish you. I will fight you.
If you are, though, I will be
only
mad.
so that I can study you.
That's a Magnus's Femur. Uh-huh. When you slow, your weapons gain 4 damage to the fight. They've got a Diamond, Amber, a Neural Toxin, Smelling Salt, Shielded Incense, Black Spider, and the Turbo Magnus's Femur.
Time is long, but I have none left for you.
Yeah. Magnus's Femur, when you slow, charges 2 seconds. It gains 25 additional damage for the fight. They got it to go off 4 times. Yeah. 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 Look, I don't need to tell you Magnus's Femur is doing a lot of work. So I won't. Chunkle Head transforms. Giving us Quillen Ink that I have no interest in. I'm sells heal and regeneration items. Oh, look, but I honestly can't think of the one that you would be selling that I'd care about. Okay, restorative smelling salts. Whenever you slow, with an adjacent item rather, Heal 15.
Why do my people live in forests?
Hugh.
The cities where the wounds are.
Satchel, when you reload, this gains 2 regen for the fight. When you buy a potion, increase this item's regeneration by 6. You want to really pick this up earlier and then buy a bunch of potions. Nightshade, when you heal or gain regeneration, this gains plus 8 damage for the fight. And it could get toxic with the transformation. I mean, not bad, but it really depends on what it transforms into, as whether or not that's relevant. Seller, reloads an item, recycling bin, and sword cane, nope. I'm going to Bell's Dig site. I'm looking for something outside of my class to 7-second burn 12 with a multicast of 3. No. Wanted poster if you want to fight with this in your inventory, an additional experience. It's on board, another additional experience. Barrel when using adjacent non-weapon items, gains 20 shield for the fight. It's the game is too fast at the moment to be shielding. Upgrade throne net.
Magnificent find.
I'll take it, but yikes. Like, pretty good versus PvE, and then I'm absolutely useless versus PvP. If I can get this to 7 wins, considering... considering the state of things at the moment, if I can get this to 7 wins, I'll be happy about it. Like, it really seems like it's doing well, but, the game is a lot faster. 2 weeks into a patch than it is the day of. All right, middle. Show me scales.
If I don't have what you need, I'll help you find who does.
Well. Let me get rid of the retort now. Boiling Flask. Reload adjacent potions. Adjacent potions have +1 multicast, and their cooldowns are reduced by 2 seconds. There is also the Fire Claw. This has plus burn equal to 50% of the burning of non-Fire Claw items. The Heavy Energy Potion would be scaling the Fireflies, which means the Fire Claw would get that too. And then Secret Formula. Gain 5 regen for the fight. The burn item to the left of this gains plus burn equal to the regeneration for the fight. Your regeneration, rather. And poison item to the right gains plus poison for the same. I'm already scaling my Fireflies just by generating slow rather than having to go into regen, so I don't think Secret Formula is for us. I do think Boiling Flask and Fireclaw are, and I do think they're asking me to take other items off the field. Like, it would be like...
Just toss that on my back, and I'll trot it to your door.
It'd be a lot like that. Sunlight Spear, I still don't really gain regen. I do think that the weapons are a thing of the past. I don't have time to actually use them. I really liked the idea of being able to utilize Burning Rage for the additional damage, but the additional damage gives us such a small additional amount of burn, and what I really want to scale is my burn.
With each new discovery, the formula of life is revealed.
Ow. Wanted a gold tier potion I could put on the other side of the boiling flask. A medium-sized potion? Certainly not going to fit that bill. I'm going to get rid of the cutlass and keep the katana. Absolutely selling potion. That doesn't even stay with us for a millisecond. I sell it to Midsworth for additional money, though.
Not too big, not too small.
I'll pick up a Philosopher's Stone using the catalysts for a transformation. Floor Spike, either play uses a weapon, charges 1 second. Not really how. Direction, I'm hoping for a potion that's relevant to our board state. I will say, earrings will trigger a lot of times when you haste or slow, charges 1 second. heavy potion haste all items and slows all items. Like it'll trigger a lot, but I won't actually gain health out of it because I would also have to have a lot of regen for that to even be relevant. That said, it's relatively inexpensive to invest in it at the moment. I don't care about transforming this lowly chunk of lead. I want a gold chunk of lead.
Grotesque, excessive.
Another flask for the other side of the, or another potion for the other side of the boiling flask, or upgrading the boiling flask to lower its cooldown increase would be nice. Captain Ziltoid. Mission status report.
My dreams are too big for you.
It's squares! Ugh, how dare you! It's squares, and you've already got an obsidian Atlatl going off every second. I'm gonna get to slow a bunch of your stuff, but then I'm gonna die to it. Oh!
And I still lost.
We got there! I mean, yes, the Obsidian Atlatl did 2.6 thousand damage because it was already hitting every second as the fight started. We barely survived. Throne net for a full 6 multicast certainly helped us out there, though. Nice to be fighting an enemy where that does stuff. Bottled lightning. I mean, it's a burn item. It crits. I don't want Calcinator on the field. Like, in my ideal world, this is our board. You know what? When do I get an opportunity to test that, if not now? 240 more max HP. I mean, come on. Absolutely Grandmaster for a skill upgrade, please. Not exactly the ones I was looking for, unfortunately. Leftmost burn item. Starting with some additional burn is nice, because this will be critting with that additional burn. Yeah, I don't see a way that Lord Arkan beats this.
You must not know.
You have 3 weapons on field, so I get 4 multicast. Yeah, the real sadness in this build is how long it takes for the first energy potion to go off, because after that goes off, we're in. Thankfully, I'm about to be given the opportunity to get an upgrade. Thrusters, item left of this has the type vehicle, and its cooldown is reduced by 10%. Boiling Flask now reloads adjacent potions in 8 seconds and only gives an additional 1 second cooldown to both of the two. Kina versus Racetrack. I'm going to visit Kina, looking for an upgrade on, I mean, ideally the Fireclaw, but I'll take it on Earrings.
Our energy's resonating.
Athanor, when you use a potion, burn 12. At the start of each day, get a catalyst. No. Recycling bin. When you use a potion, transform it into a potion for the rest of the fight and gain 4 regen for the fight. Yeah, no. That's not really a thing.
Life is at the edge of the foundation. They wait. They build.
All right. Pig. Pig, I need you to know all I need of you is my 7th win. That's all I ask.
In 100 years when you are dust, I will remain. My people believe in peace.
Oh, that's a fort. No, it's Space Scraper. Lethargy, all item cooldowns are increased by 2 seconds, and you got a turbo luxury Kiwas. Oh, wow, you've got Ointment to halve burn and poison on you as well. Oh, that's so annoying. Yeah, I have no additional survivability. I'm just going to be dying here.
You can learn a lot from losing.
I committed way too much to my early board. I thought it was remarkably good, and I thought that right up until it definitely extremely wasn't. Sirocco steps, Enchanted Item with hastes. I mean, bobbing that on Throne Net and then getting haste out on our board might actually be the way to do this. Throne Net would haste 2 items 2 seconds every time it goes off. Huge.
The Bazaar has many secrets. I will uncover them all.
Slow More Lumber teaches slow skills. Those are certainly relevant considering the amount of slowing we do. That's exactly what I was hoping for. Slow Burn. The first 5 times you slow each fight, charge a burn item 1 second. That should really help speed up our resolutions. Charges so we can actually bypass our cooldowns. Andy, do you want to upgrade my potions for me, please, buddy? Honestly, I gotta say, Vitality Potion instead of Bottled Lightning, I think is a lot better.
You're a smart one for your size.
First off, huge amount of healing, obviously. Second, great enchant target. Third, I have no other way of healing. It'll give me a way to utilize the additional max HP that I'm getting out of earrings. And then fourth, it will also no longer will Bottled Lightning be the target for Slow Burn. Instead, Slow Burn has to target Fireflies or Fireclaw, which are the 2 much more impactful ones. I think there's actually totally a world where the Fireclaw is the worst item on our board. Firefly's upgraded to Diamond tier. We're doing it.
Small boxes.
We're doing it. Cooldown reduction, you gotta. Oh, those aren't cooldown reduction. Boy, I guess I take 3 regen because it's the only one of those that's even slightly relevant. Oh dear. I do think my best chance lies through trying to push through the Volcus Enforcer, which admittedly is a much more annoying fight than it has been many patches in the past. Thankfully, I do have slow for the enemy, which is going to be relevant, and I also have that big heal coming in. Good lord. Thank heck I have that Vitality Potion, otherwise I'm dead 10 times over here. But we can finally see the Fireflies! It has a big number! It's exactly what I wanted. Stopwatch, freeze both players' items for 1 second. 100% gonna go hunting for more experience. Oh. This could be great or awful. Unfortunately, Turbo Throne Net can't target many things on their board, but it's also still Turbo. The Colossus destroys the Throne Net. That's probably one of the least impactful items you could have destroyed. You didn't destroy the Fireflies or the Vitality Potion yet, which are the two I'm most worried about. There goes the Fire Claw. But with the Vitality Potion still up, we win that fight.
Another specimen for my collection.
Void Shield. When your enemy uses an item, burn one. When you use an item with burn, that item gains 1 burn for the fight. Unfortunately, Void Shield is never, or rather it is used, but it's used every 8 seconds. It will not increase its burn every time an enemy uses an item. I'll definitely take it. Gimme. Let me close. There we go.
My mind glows. I see everything.
But it will also do... Oh my god, I've got so much experience over the course of this day.
Send me your huge items. Price? Don't care.
Critting on our first hit doesn't matter because we scale, and that's how we get powerful. Damn.
Go buy something huge.
I'm very glad I've got the Vitality and Earrings to try and help keep me alive. The enemy is level 13. I'm level 15. I still think they're probably more powerful than me. That said, you're a Vanessa, you run weapons and you run friends, so Turbo Throne Net should be premium in this fight. Maybe I should put the Calcinator on instead of the Fireclaw. Like, Fireclaw's really good after the Fireflies is really good, and Fireflies being really good is enough. So Calcinator just being a bigger burn item earlier might be more relevant. Void Shield, it's going to take a long time until the enemy has enough burn that I actually want to use it as shield. Like, shield is a very slow thing, but also I have to scale up to a large amount of burn before that shield is even relevant. I went back to the Fireclaw because over the course of the length of an average fight, at this point, I do think the Fireclaw is likely to be more impactful than the Calcinator. And if the Calcinator would have been more impactful, then I was going to lose anyway. Shielded Katana. I mean, at least I will be able to slow that. So it won't be perma-hasted at least. That's nice. Very glad I've got the Vitality Potion for the full heal there. This is pretty much the fight that wants me to be here scaling as much as possible. Unfortunately, the enemy has only 1 active item. That's the only item I can slow. But also, I am gaining thousands upon thousands of max health. Healing back to full consistently. Damn it.
Legs make you predictable. You move in straight lines.
You're kidding me. Oh. Swashbuckle adjacent items have 50% additional crit chance, and they have additional bonus damage, heal, shield, or lifesteal equal to their crit chance. Shielded Katana has 150% crit chance by base, but also you have... critical aid, your heal items have plus 10% crit chance. That won't count that. Ah, that's it. Streamline weapon. When one of your weapons gains haste, if it already has haste, give it plus 15 damage. You've got a Shadowed Cloak and Turbo's Crow's Nest. When you crit with a weapon, haste it. So... every single time you strike, it was getting another 7 plus 15, 22 damage. Damn. and it was life-stealing and shielding at the same time, which it 100% needed to be doing at that point, because otherwise we just heal big. Damn, dude! I just wanted 7 wins! I just wanted my fireflies to take me to 7 wins. If you had another active item, so the energy potion could have been slowing 2 items at the same time, scaling the fireflies, who knows how that fight would have gone. But the single freeze item, I would have been fine.
Even Zosima will have to admit, that was good.
Even Zoshima will have to admit that was good? Mac, buddy, no she won't. What she will say and be correct about is that you did try very hard. But this is not necessarily a build that does it. Damn. Two chests? I mean, the subscription certainly makes it bite a little less to only get 2 chests from a fight, but still, good lord. If I had any more time today, I'd record a 2nd episode, but I don't. Instead, I'll be recording another episode for tomorrow. Until then, though, my name has been Rhapsody. Not every Macron turns out how you wanted to. Sometimes you just don't have the boss life FEMA because you didn't visit any shops all run. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. And a special thanks this episode to Tristan. And hopefully, we'll see y'all next time.